Good Flac-in morning, people. I am your girl P Flacco the Gangster. As you can see my nameplate here, I am P Flacco, and this is Flac-in Good Mornings. Now, what Flacco Good Mornings is, or what makes it different from Flacco's view, is that I want to try to focus on the facts. This isn't really show so much about me, I guess. It's about what's going on in the world, like usual, of course. But I also have the weather, I have quotes, I have movie reviews, I have did you know sections, workout and diet tips. I also have events and classifieds for my area and other jobs that sound good. So this is going to be a little longer than Flacco's View. These videos are going to only be on YouTube, but you will see the links on Facebook. So please make sure to watch Flacco Mornings, Flacco's View, and catch the commercials, which are Flacco Minutes. Now, to start off Flacco Mornings, I hope that you have your coffee. I hope you got a good night rest. I'm going to have a little of mine. Give me a second. Oh, ah, love coffee. I take mine with 2 creams and 3 sugars. I don't know how you like yours, but I think coffee is delicious. Anyway, we're going to keep it focused. I like to open the show with a quote of the day, and today's quote is actually my favorite, and it is from Maya Angelou, and the quote is, if someone tells you something, believe them. And what that quote basically means is that people will generally tell you what they're about or what it is that they want to do, and people don't always believe them because they want to change that person, good or bad, whatever the trait may be. A person generally won't believe you if you tell them, I be on that BS, or I tell stories, or I tell lies, or they just don't want to take things at face value for what they are. They try to make them into something else, and then they wonder how they got confused when a person was upfront from the very beginning. So, again, the quote is, if someone tells you something, believe it. And that's by Maya Angelou. And that is our quote for the day. Marinate on that. I hope that struck you in a personal place and it made you reevaluate your life. We're going to keep moving forward. Let's talk about the weather. If you are in Detroit, the weather is currently 53 degrees and cloudy. Today we're supposed to have a high of 78 with a 50% chance of rain and a low of 63. And in the evening, we're looking at a possibility of thunderstorms. So please make sure you have your umbrella, but you might could wear your flip-flops because it's going to be almost 80 today. And tomorrow is going to be a scorcher. It's going to be 86 with a 30% chance of rain. So if your kids are at school, give them their little galoshes, make sure they're straight. Look for the weather. Be prepared. It's going to be a nice day temperature wise, but it's going to be really, really humid. So you might want to put the fan in the window, try to get some air so your house doesn't get that closed in, funky smell, whatever. Excuse me. I just wanted to stay up to date with people because not everybody watches the news like I do every morning. And you might not know what the weather is till you go outside. So if you see me before you go out and you are in Detroit, it is cloudy. It's currently 53. It's going to be about 76 today. It's going to be nice, but it's also going to be rainy with a 50% chance of rain. So keep that in mind. Just so we're current, because I forgot to mention the date, it is May 2nd, 2012, and it is a Wednesday. So that is the weather for Wednesday, May 2nd, 2012. 76 degrees, 50% chance of rain. Humid, humid, humid. So, what else is happening? I hope everybody is doing good. I hope you had a good night's sleep. This show is going to be a little rougher than the rest of them because it is our first one and we just want to get everything in order. So please bear with me as we get it together. But as this title says, have a good lock-in morning. You feel me? I hope that I take calls and have different people and guest shit in. I would like to have my political advisor, Mr. White. Shout out to Mr. White. Come sit, talk to you guys about different things and voting and try to keep you informed so we can continue to do the right things in our city. But I'll talk more about that when I'm able to get him on here. In order to continue, let's talk about today's news. Now, I watch Channel 2, Channel 4, and Channel 7 every morning before I take my son to school. So, uh, They talk about, news stuff. They talk about sports and weather and, crime and what happened last night and blah, blah, blah. So just a quick little recap of different things that I saw that caught my interest on the news this morning. Most importantly, I'm a big basketball fan. I'm more of a watcher of the playoffs than of the season because I be so busy. But when it's playoff times, as you can see, like niggas be throwing bowls and Ron Artest and everybody gets more aggressive and more hyped during the playoff season. And so I do try to make sure that I sit down and watch, the games. I know the Clippers came back and won a game, I think, the day before, and they're going to play again. And I want to say the Bulls won, I believe, the Lakers is always winning. And I know niggas is mad because I seen all the LeBron pictures. So if I'm not mistaken, I missed the game, but I'm pretty sure the Heat won too. So shout out for that. My favorite teams would have to probably be the Heat, the New York Knicks, the Celtics, and who else am I saying right now? I mean, the Thunder is doing their thing. I wasn't a big Oklahoma City fan because they were a newer team, but they holding their own. So shout out to Oklahoma City. And I would probably say I like the Bulls or like your more veteran team like San Antonio or something like that. Because even though people always try to count the Spurs out, they always make it to the playoffs and they always try to do a little something. Sports news related, New Jersey is gonna get the Nets. So shout out to Jay-Z. They're gonna be the New Jersey Nets. I do believe that their franchise will be working as of next season. So we look forward to see what that team is gonna do once it moves to New Jersey. Um, Other news that I think I saw that was significant, honestly, is so many different things that you see. They have a smoking ban in Michigan and a lot of other states. And right now, what they want to do with the smoking ban here is they want to make some amendments to it. Currently, smokers can't smoke inside restaurants, clubs, bars, whatever the case may be. If you're in Southfield, they have an ordinance that you can't actually smoke outside of restaurants until 10 o'clock. And that's kind of interesting. And basically, what the amendment is going to do in Detroit for the smoking ban is they're going to make, not necessarily make, but have uh, owners and different business people provide open areas for people to smoke, because once they made the ban, a lot of people who do smoke stopped going certain places because they didn't have smoking areas. And so now they're kind of mandating that businesses provide that option for smokers so they can receive new patrons or old patrons can come back. So that should be interesting. That should be a good thing for all you smokers out there. I'm definitely a smoker. Unfortunately, I smoke squares and I smoke weed, and it is the morning. I'm drinking coffee, and coffee and cigarettes go together. So please forgive your girl if I hit the square once or twice, but that's just my own personal thing. And believe me, I'm working it. I'm working it. Off the news, because I don't really get you for a lot of time, but I do try to spend as much time with you can, 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour if I can get it. On YouTube, I do get to do more minutes than I would on Facebook, but we're going to see how long I feel I can get everything in and then kind of format the show around that. So please continue to watch me, to look for me to continue to improve and get better on what it is that I do. In the morning, I listen to a lot of jazz. When I do Flacco's View, instead of doing quotes, I usually do what we're listening to, and we listen to a lot of R&B and hip hop. But if you can hear the music, what just went off was Michael Franks, which is an older 70s type of musician, and he plays that lounge, jazz, piano, poetry type shit. So it kind of helps you get your mind right, and that's what I'm into. What else is happening? I try to keep a list every night. Before I go to bed, I watch a movie. And to be honest with you, I first got started watching movies every night before I go to bed from being with my ex-fiance. Anyway, but he was a movie person and he got me into movies. I never really watched them. So we're going to discuss the movie. The movie that I watched last night was American Pie Reunion that came out this year. And if you've seen the American Pie movies, you got, Stifler and Jim and Jim's dad, and Michelle the band geek, and they're all grown up. Jim and Michelle have had a baby. It progresses. And what I liked about it was that it brought back all the classic characters, and they were really all doing different stuff. And if you're an American Pie person, I think that you would definitely, definitely, definitely think this movie was funny. If you're not an American Pie person, or you're not a big fan of the sillier, toilet humor kind of comedies, you're not gonna be a big fan of American Pie, the reunion. But I don't know. Personally, I would give it two sips. Two sips. So let's do that. One, two. Cause it was that good. I give it two sips. It was worth seeing. I definitely laughed all night long. I don't know. The funniest part, not to give the movie away, will probably be towards the end with Stifler. And if you happen to see the movie, you'll know what I mean. So please make sure you comment and get back to me if you have seen American Pie the Reunion, because that shit is silly. Um, I'm planning on doing, old movies and new movies, but let's try to keep it new. So we'll start with that one. Get back to me about how you feel about the American Pie reunion. Of course, I'm gonna have to make sure I see Think Like a Man or whatever. But I'm not in a huge hurry because everybody's talking about that movie right now. So I wanted to try to do something different because there's a lot of other stuff out right now. So check that out, American Pie reunion. Um, Other stuff that is going on, because I want to keep you guys informed. I want to make sure that I'm doing things that are positive, and I know we get a lot of negative opinion, especially on the internet, because everybody feels like they can say whatever the fuck it is they want to say. And I want to offer, just good information that has a foundation, in fact. I don't want it to all be how I feel. I want it to be what it is. So I try to keep other important things to improve my community. So we're gonna do the classifieds right now. Everybody knows that the economy is in a bad, bad way, and that we need to find work. So in your Detroit area, and I will try to make sure that I hit other areas in the future. Currently, different places that will be hiring. For instance, I have a job for a physical therapist, and that is with Premier Health and Wellness Center. It is a full-time position. Um, Rite Aid is hiring. Rite Aid, is it's like a CVS or a pharmaceutical type of place with a store in the inside, or Dwayne Reed if you're from New York. Anyway, but Rite Aid's hiring. They're looking for a district manager. They're looking for shift leaders and administrative assistants. A-Line Staffing Solutions is a temp sort of agency. They hire people out to do a variety of different things, and they are always hiring. Speedway, and most of these you can look up the company name or go to careerbuilder.com, and you will be able to find the listings that I'm giving to you right now. Um, Aerotech is looking for a nurse. Uh, if you can pass the proper requirements, the post office is always hiring. And you can go online onto their website, and it's a .gov, and get the information, put in your area code to find the jobs in your area. You can apply. They're usually looking for mail carriers and people in the back, and stuff like that. FedEx is also hiring, and you can go to FedEx.com and fill out an application. They are looking for drivers and people to work in the back loading trucks. And let me do one more. I'm not trying to be funny, but a lot of people sleep on working at McDonald's. And I understand it looks bad, it's fast food. People say negative shit, whack Arnold's, whatever. I know, I get it. However, I worked at McDonald's for more than once. And McDonald's pay the bills in some areas, like especially in like Minnesota, for instance, where I spent some time. I was making, to start, like 9.75 in the back. By the time I was done, I was making like $10, $11, still working part time, bringing checks that was like 450, 500, whatever. So despite what the job is, if you're really, really hungry and you need a job, I know for a fact that the McDonald's on 6 Mile in Greenfield is always hiring. The McDonald's on Greenfield and 8 Mile, or across 8 Mile on the, not the Detroit side, on the, what is that, Oak Park, on the Oak Park side, I believe they're always hiring. Just look for places that are busy and go in and ask for help. If you're a waitress or a Coney type of person, the Coney Island is in my neighborhood off of 8 Mile in Wyoming is looking for cooks and a waitress as well. So you need to apply within, go up to the restaurant, let them know, blah, blah, blah. Try to get a job. If you don't go out there and apply yourself, you will never get one. So those are your classifieds. Make sure you have your resume in order. If you don't know how to do a resume, go to Google and look for a resume template. Get some examples of what a good resume looks like and try to make yours fit that as best you can. Um, I've known in my experience when it comes to resumes that some companies don't like if you use the Windows template that has all the colors, and they want it to be like a professional document. But you could use important catchwords like when you talk about your strengths, like you're detail oriented, you're organized, you're punctual. Make sure you have those sort of stuff right up in front, and then put your work history at the bottom with your references, your certifications, and uh, just a little bit of where you see yourself in the future. Because sometimes that sort of information gives an employer a better feeling about who you are as a person. So that's going to be your classifieds at this time. I hope that you all are productive and happy and can take care of your babies, and just know that Flacco cares. So that's what it is. Go out there. If you can't get a job, go hustle, sell CDs, DVDs, whatever the case may be. I don't personally care, just as long as you're not hurting nobody. So keep that in mind. Um, just to keep going, because I want to continue to stay focused. Now, in the future, what I want to do for the diet and workout tips is, not only do I want to be able to give you guys tips, but I would like to actually do some of the exercises to be able to show you. Personally, when it comes to exercising, I'm a big dieter because I'm a musician. They want you to stay a certain size, and even though you might be at a weight that you're comfortable at, they probably want you to be even smaller than that. So, uh, I once learned that if you eat a certain amount of calories a day, you can control your weight. And a simple breakdown is this: if you want to be 150 pounds, you eat roughly 1,500 calories. You add a zero to the weight, which equals the amount of calories you want to have. If you want to weigh 100 pounds, you eat 1,000 calories. Now, keep in mind, there is like 200 calories in a tablespoon of mayonnaise. And so you got to be careful where you're getting your calories from. A slice of bread is 100 calories a lot of times, unless you buy the good Sara Lee bread. And I think they have 2 slices, 70 calories. And that's the kind of bread that I eat. And a lot of times people don't pay attention to the stuff that they put in food because they don't read the labels. Most of this shit, especially if it's microwavable or in a can or has a seasoning pack in it, it has a lot of sodium in it. And when you look at it, like a can of soup might have 7 or 8 thousand grams of sodium in it. And I don't think people realize that they put a lot of preservatives and calories and bad stuff into food in order to make it last longer, but it's actually still just not good for you. So my diet tip for today, would be to watch your labels, see how many calories you are taking in, and if you can, try to eat less. I also want to say, when you first get up in the morning, 20-30 minutes go by. In order to get your metabolism jump started, you need to eat something. It doesn't have to be big. It could be a bowl of cereal. It could be a Go-Gurt too, which is just like yogurt, and it looks like a popsicle, but it's yogurt. Or whatever you need to get. Stop at Burger King real quick, whatever, and make sure you eat something, because that jump starts your energy so you can continue to burn weight throughout the day. And just try to eat several small meals instead of one big meal and a bunch of chips and snacks and shit like that. Um, Exercise wise, I like to walk. Me and my girlfriend try to walk every day, especially when it's nice. Um, or you can also do stuff around the house. I'm a big gardener, and if you got the on-demand cable or Uverse and they got like an on-demand sort of situation, you can click there. Instead of watching a TV show, you can find an exercise program and do yoga for 20 minutes or kickboxing or Taebo or shaking your booty to the oldies or whatever fuck it is you want to do, just to try to get yourself active so you can be productive for the day and try to keep yourself healthy. So keep that in mind. I want you guys to be strong. Make sure you get your exercise on and you know what you're putting in your body and that you're trying to be a strong, healthy person so you can reach your full potential and lead by example so that your kids will want to eat right and be healthy and be stronger people as well. Um, Last but not least, for Flacco Good Mornings, we are going to talk about events that are coming up for this weekend. Now, Thursday, and I'm very, very excited about this, but me and my girlfriend are going to go see Ridiculous. Ow! And we're seeing him Thursday at the Fourth Floor Experience. Tickets are only $20 if you get them in advance, and you can contact DJ Honey, or you can go to Anticipation Thursdays .eventbrite. Bright is BRITE.com and order tickets offline. They were running a special for 15, but I do believe that is over, so tickets are $20. They will also have other gentlemen there, and it is hosted by Sex Appeal. Ow! I've never been to a male. I've never been to a male situation before, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm very, very excited. That's gonna be Thursday. My management team mate is Miss Baby Doll. Shout out to Miss Baby Doll Jig 3. And she has some important shows Saturday and Sunday. Now, unfortunately, she did not give me the location of these shows, but as soon as I get links and other information, I will be sure to post them. But if you have heard of this show or are familiar with her and her music, the most important show that we want to try to attend is the one on Sunday, and it is a contest for either 30,000 or 300,000 and a contract to work with Jeezy. And so make sure you come out and support your local artists no matter what uh, the event is. There's always a lot of open mics and showcases and things going on in the city, especially on the weekends, at like the Status and the Bullfrog and HQs and the Reds and Hot Rods. So make sure you come out and support your artists and do all you can so that local people can become major, because I do feel that we all deserve a chance to say what we need to hear on a say what we want people to hear on a larger scale. So I'm gonna wrap it up with you guys today. Those are your events. We talked about the weather. You know what it's gonna be. Dress up, be warm. You know it's gonna be nice, but the rain is an issue. You're classified, nigga. Please try to go get a job. We talked about the news and sports. You guys know what's going on with that. Please support the NBA. I was disappointed that the season started late because we had the little, lockout situation, whatever. But we back, baby. Playoffs, 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 nigga. Anyway, I'm a big, NBA fan. Anyway, we talked about the movie American Pie: The Reunion. Please check that out if you're a funny movie person and be looking for more movie reviews from your girl P Flacco. It got 2 sips, baby. We talked about diets and workouts and being healthy, so please try to keep that in mind for your morning as well. We talked about current events, and I don't know if I did or did you know, but just so we're clear, I just want to know, did you know that in the city of Detroit, they are planning on continuing to do different redevelopment projects to bring the city up? And what they're not paying attention to is the fact that we don't have any street lights. And so I want to know, did you know or did you notice in your neighborhood that there are significantly less street lights than there were when you grew up there. And even if you didn't grow up there, a lot of people from Detroit, we frequent the same areas. If you're a west sider, you stay on the west. If you're an east sider, you stay on the east. When you're on your side, have you noticed the lack of street lights or how dark it is in certain neighborhoods these days, and what that must do or what that influences in that area when it comes to crime and well, I guess anything that's umbrella under crime, which could be theft and violence, or killings, or robberies, whatever the case may be. So pay attention, and if you can do something about it, I believe that you can write the city or contact your representative for your district and let them know that you guys do not have street lights and that you need some. And I think if more people bring it up to the people that matter, that they would pay attention to it, because they're more concerned about the abandoned buildings, when it would be nice if we could at least light the area around these buildings so we could see what's going on and then try to fix them. So did you know, or did you notice the fact that we don't have any street lights? Keep that in mind. For my Detroiters, I will do other topics that's not just Detroit based, but if you know me, I am a Detroit girl, and I will always continue to bring my city up because I represent. But I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for sitting with me this time. I look forward to seeing you guys very, very soon. I had a great morning so far, and I hope that the information I'm able to give you helps you jumpstart your morning in the right direction as well. So make sure you have your coffee. You know what I'm saying? Get your square, or your blunt, because Flacco's View is smoke friendly, but we don't smoke L's in the Flacco mornings because I don't want to slow you down. I want to speed you up. So believe me, I do it after. But have a good Flac-in morning, my niggas. I hope that it is beautiful and that you go out there and conquer the world, and that it's some good news. And like Ice Cube say, I hope that today is a good Flac-in day. I will see you guys next time. Have a good morning.